What's good, everyone? Jets Takeoff. In this one, I'm going to tell you why the Jets are going to do whatever they can to get a veteran quarterback in the building, because there are so many reasons why, and it makes a lot of sense for the Jets to go all in and put their chips on the table. The first reason is obvious. The Jets' quarterback play last season is what prevented them from making the playoffs. Offensive play calling was also an issue, but it was the quarterback play. Zach Wilson was extremely underwhelming and actually very disappointing too. He got benched for a fourth-string quarterback who should probably not play NFL football. It was that bad. I mean, Jets fans were talking about Mike White getting an extension and being the starter, which he played well when he was healthy, but let's be honest, he's not really the guy long-term. So the Jets were hindered by quarterback play. I mean, 4 quarterbacks as the starter. Come on, you're not going to win like that. So the Jets need consistency, and what does a veteran do? They bring consistency. You know what you're going to get out of a veteran quarterback because you have such a large sample size, whereas Zach Wilson, it's a small sample size, but it's very bad. With Mike White, you have a very small sample size, and it's pretty good, but it's an extremely small sample size to where you cannot confidently roll into next season and believe that if he's the starting quarterback, you're going to make the playoffs. Because I like Mike White, but a veteran quarterback brings everything else to the table in terms of that, as in leadership aspect, as in how accurate and poised they are for maybe big moments, because Jets quarterbacks faltered when the moments were very big, is what we saw. So those are reasons why a veteran needs to be brought in too. But not only from that perspective, when it comes to the whole team around it too, a lot of people really need to get a veteran quarterback in this building to save their jobs. The first one that comes to mind is General Manager Joe Douglas. Listen, he had a slam dunk draft, Sauce Gardner, and then Breece Hall and Jermaine Johnson. We all know how good it was, but his free agent signings have been very, very bad. Corey Davis, massive letdown. Carl Lawson, he's okay, but right now you could say he's a letdown. Who knows if we'll keep him this season. Laken Tomlinson, the worst signing he's probably had as his general manager tenure, and the offensive line has never been fixed. Not only that, quarterback has been an issue. He drafted Zach Wilson. I saw a lot of good in Zach Wilson too, but at the end of the day, Zach Wilson's failures fall on the general manager and the head coach and the offensive staff. And it's very unlikely Joe Douglas gets to pick a second potential franchise quarterback if the Jets have a losing season and miss the playoffs. Woody Johnson is eager to win and make the playoffs, especially after the Giants are making it to the divisional round. I mean, that team is an example of how coaching really changes the whole team, because Daniel Jones went from potentially not getting a new contract, being stuck as a backup quarterback, to now being the franchise guy. It's unbelievable, and Woody Johnson is willing to spend the money too. Quote, quarterback play is the missing piece for the Jets. That's what he said, and he also said that he's absolutely open to paying for a veteran quarterback. So it's not like the Jets are not going to be willing to spend the money. We are low on cap space, but we can make a good amount of cuts to where we can free up some money. And the thing is, listen, if the Jets really want to spend money, Lamar Jackson is out there. I don't think he's ever playing for the Ravens again. He sat out for like 3 weeks in a row, didn't even fly with the team to the playoff game. He would change the entire team. While he has an injury history, he is a franchise quarterback. You can't deny it. He adds so many dimensions to an offense, especially the Jets, who primarily want to run the football first, and then with all the weapons. Listen, if Woody Johnson wants to win, I think he'd be absolutely willing to pay for Lamar Jackson, because, wow, he would really make the Jets offense amazing. Or he'd be willing to pay Derek Carr. Derek Carr is probably my favorite option out there out of all the quarterback options out here, because he's a safe play. You know what you're going to get with him. Extremely undervalued in Las Vegas, and if we bring in Greg Olson as offensive coordinator, I mean, this could be a deadly duo waiting to happen right now. I mean, I think it could pair very nicely with our defense, and it could definitely get the Jets in the playoffs and have some good competitive football, more so than this past season. So you have options there. You have Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe you want to trade for Kirk Cousins. Hell, I have no idea what we're going to do, but the bottom line is the Jets are willing to spend money for a franchise or for a veteran quarterback, and Joe Douglas needs to go do that move. He's failed at quarterback, sadly. Mike White, you could maybe say is a success, but he barely even plays. I want him to hit the field more, but you can't roll into next season with him as the starter. You just cannot do that. Also, Robert Saleh also needs a veteran quarterback. because under Mike LaFleur, a first-time play caller, pairing him with a rookie quarterback, it didn't really work out. And what do you know? They're both probably, well, LaFleur is gone, but Zach Wilson's probably not going to start for the Jets next season because of that reason. So he is on the hot seat if the Jets miss the playoffs. And if the Jets quarterback play is around the same as this season and there isn't a constant at the quarterback position, well, then Robert Saleh is most likely going to get fired. So he also needs to make a decision on what veteran quarterback to get to take the load off of the defense, because the defense carried the team all of the second half and even parts of the first half. They had a few bad games, don't get me wrong, but the offense was the underlying problem. Any fan with eyeballs could see it. I mean, everything that looked so easy for other NFL teams, it looked like a puzzle for the Jets. It makes zero sense. But I think quarterback is also one of those reasons why. So whoever the Jets bring in as a veteran quarterback, I don't care if it's Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson, Jimmy Garoppolo, any of those guys would provide continuity and stability to this Jets offense. And if Woody Johnson wants to pay for a veteran quarterback and Lamar Jackson, also a franchise quarterback, oh my goodness, that would be shooting for the stars. And Joe Douglas might be willing to take that on because, hell, he might get fired if the Jets miss the playoffs. And if quarterback play is also inconsistent like it was this past season, or it was consistently bad. So let me know what you think about this video. The Jets need to go all in on a veteran quarterback. Doesn't matter who it is. Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, Jimmy G, any of those options I think are the top candidates. Who knows, maybe you could work out a trade for another guy. I don't know. But let me know what you think about this video. Yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.